Why should I express gratitude if I don't have the same opportunity? Now, hold up. Don't get me wrong. I pray this never happens to me or none of my care. Nobody close enough to me that I got to go through that. But okay, say something happens in a month, somebody ends up in a wheelchair or something, or
Okay.
born in a wheelchair, born in a wheelchair, born Down syndrome, born something that you can't really control at birth. Okay, so why do I got to be grateful when I'm not equal to a regular or to what a quote unquote normal regular human being is supposed to be?
Would you rather have been born a chipmunk, bro? Because I mean,
Rather not been born.
well, I mean,
Because
I don't
if I
know.
was not born, then I wouldn't know shit, bro.
Yeah, but
You feel
okay,
me?
dude. Okay.
I'd rather not see. I don't know, bro. I'm different. And I always had this problem, and that's why I think I'm at where I'm at now. Is because I'm I'm my sin might be greed, but it's not the type of greed that that people might think or somebody might think it's like, oh, I want all the money, I want all the this. No, my type of greed is my selfishness is I want to have it my way. Not
So
even my way, but I feel like I should have it like if I should have it the way I say it.
let's go.
That's my problem.
Let's dig a little deeper, bro. So forget the jail shit that I seen. That when I was there, what happened to you? You had another
Yeah,
close call in life before, right? A motherfucker almost took
yeah,
you out.
before that, way before
That's what
that.
I'm saying. A motherfucker almost took you out, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah, for sure, for sure,
Like damn
for
near. Like
sure.
was it close? Were you close to dying?
Yeah, yeah, I was, yeah,
And,
yeah.
well,
It was. I can't even say. I don't listen, man. All right, when I got stabbed.
in the bar.
Yeah, we
Older.
basically, yeah, exactly. I got stabbed. I'm trying to like put it to a, because I don't want to glorify, but don't want to give out too much info, but don't want to, All right, so yeah, all right. How I'm trying to go from the stabbing to the okay. So I passed out after the scuffle or whatever, however many seconds or whatever. But my cousin sent him like I was in my neighborhood, so it was like people came, like people swarmed, dude. You feel what I'm saying? Like I had no clue what was going on. I passed out. I got put in my rental car, drove to the hospital. I woke up the next day, um, 35 staples, 23 sutures or so, 8 times 4. No, 8 times 3. So 8 times 3, 24 sutures,
Yeah.
liver, stomach, intestine, and 8 apiece in them. Sutures, 35 staples going up here. So, all right, yeah, but I don't like that's. I
No.
woke up and then it was 7 days after that I was released from the hospital. Then I had to go on. I had to do physical therapy and shit like that for time. I couldn't eat certain shit for times and long for a while, like a year or so. Then I had to get the joints pulled out. So I went through a situation where you could I basically tubes. I had don't let me just say I just woke up and then 7 days later I was released. I woke up with tubes, a catheter in my dick, tube in my throat, all that shit. Like I was like when I get out the hospital, bro, I would like if I was this weight when I went in, you would have thought I was fucking shoot what they do now. They don't smoke crack no more. They shoot dope. So shooting dope and shit would have been like y'all would have thought I was on dope once you seen me once I got out the hospital just after 7 days. I was in the hospital for 7 days with no food or water. Let me make that clear. Because when you have those type of injuries from a knife wound or how it might be a gunshot wound as well, I don't know. I never been hit in the body with a gun, but you're not allowed to drink water and you're not allowed to eat food. What they'll give you is like a little spongy on it. Like
Mm,
they look like a little ass lollipop, but
I
it's
seen that.
small. and they'll let you wet your lips with it, and they don't even give you a cup of water. They give you like fucking 5 teardrops worth of water in the book because you're not allowed to have any water. So I don't know what they do this now. This was back then. So
They do. They do.
I don't want nobody to, because you know how the internet is now. Motherfuckers will beat you down if you make one little ass mistake. So that's what happened with me. So I got out the hospital 7 days later, and you have to take a shit before you go if you have something with your intestines and stomach. I don't know about everybody, but you know what I'm saying? Boom. So imagine having to take a shit to get out the hospital, but you haven't ate in 7 days. You just on that healthy. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I guess you could call it. I don't like to glorify, like I said,
No,
but I also don't like to minimize. But I do be minimizing because I don't want no motherfucker to be like, because I'm really traumatized. Like that shit. Like I was a boy, I was a kid, I was a guy growing up to be a man. I was just and shit like that is traumatizing, bro. And that shit will change your fucking life. And that shit turned me into somebody that my mother and my grandmother and them grandfather and my aunts and uncles like I'm was not foreseeing. Like you know what I'm saying? That shit, those type of incidences, man, like will turn you into a fucking, yeah, I mean. So, you know what I'm saying?
but bro,
I don't want to like, I hate that. That's what I'm saying, bro. It's just, I'm such a, I don't even like to say this part of it, but because this is too given too much. I think I'm ringing my own bell too much by saying this. I'm such a real guy that I don't even want to try to even glorify that part of this shit to no child or nobody that never had to experience this shit because it's not nothing to really experience if you haven't experienced it. Because the truth be told, you be scared and you wonder after that. And you have to you either have to sink or swim or you have to shark or koi fish or you yeah, it and I hate for somebody for that to turn somebody have to make it somebody's turning point to become a man. Like how a 300, like on the movie 300, the trial with Leonidas when he went into the dip and he ended up killing. Those was rituals. This ain't that type of ritual that I want for nobody. That's what I mean by, you know what I'm saying? Because I was a different, I was a different boy. I was a different kid before all that. I was a different person before the penitentiary. I'm still that person. That's why everything good that's in me though is still in me, and it's still. But I'm not that person. You know what I'm saying? I'm that person, but I'm that person. You know what I'm saying?
but you said
You know
that's
what I mean, bro.
of
You know,
course. But the reason I even asked is because it's fascinating that a person that pretty much had a real near death experience is still like you experience. You must have just forgot and got a little more ungrateful now because it's been probably well over at least 2 decades. You know what I mean? Since that, or close to 2 decades since that happened.
yeah.
But bro, I guarantee you, when that happened, bro, you were very grateful and you truly understood the essence of life because you had a second chance at life at that time. You know
Oh
what I'm saying?
hell yeah.
Like, dude, I mean, I only understand from reading books and shit. I've been stabbed and shit, but not in my shoulder, nothing crazy. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna sit here. I'm not that battle tested, and I hope I never am. To be honest,
Shit,
obviously,
that's battle tested enough because that could have been an artery.
for sure. But
Any act of violence is traumatizing.
for sure, bro. I've
Oh,
had
I don't.
attempts.
No child. I don't. No young boy. No young woman. No
Yeah,
teenager growing up. I don't advocate that.
but the
Be
concept,
normal.
of course, yeah, it's for suckers, bro. Listen, and that whole thing, like I used to even like think that, oh, look, if you're not a tough guy, you're corny, bro. That's stupid. That's the dumbest
Yeah.
man.
No.
Don't be the only thing is stay in your lane. If you're gonna act like a tough guy, then be a tough guy. Really be ready for that. What comes with that. But if you're gonna act like a tough guy, but you're really not, you're a lame. Don't be that. Listen. I will gladly be friends with nerds, whatever people that are like smart and just literate, educated, and don't want any drama in their life. That's totally okay. That's actually what the Bible talks about. You know what I mean?
Those are the people I prefer to be, bro.
Me too. I don't like drama in my life, dude. It's stupid. But the
Shit,
concept,
I befriended you before I even knew what your situation was,
yeah,
bro. And I
and
don't
you know,
even think I even ever asked you with it because I don't. I think it just came out in a conversation from us working out and talking for so long and just being around each other. But dog, I was just brought up to never even ask. So like, it's like I would know if you was on if if you was on the radar as far as the child molester or to stay away from radar. I would know that.
of course. But
But
also, dude, what you just said about how, like, for example, when you befriended me, right? The way I carried myself, I'd say majority of the time in prison was kind of like just like a dude. I kind of almost carried myself like a quiet guy for the most part,
yeah,
right? Like,
for sure,
I mean, I've had to show like my true colors a couple of times, but that's only when my back's against the wall, like any normal human
for
being.
sure,
You know what I mean?
for
Like,
sure.
yeah, I've never tried to give out that type of energy where like, oh, look at me, I'm such a big bad tough guy, because
No
that's
doubt.
lame to begin with. And then,
That's lame as hell, for
and
sure.
then, even if you are tougher than everybody there, why the fuck are you preying on the weak anyway to begin with? That's not a tough guy.
And that's corny, and that's bullying, and that's lame, and that's
Yeah,
weak. That shows you're weak.
yeah,
Like what you trying to prove in here? See, that's why I always that's why I adapt to. See, and I hate to use that term, air quotes again, being a real street guy. You know, I always
I mean,
refer to
you
the
know what
guy.
you're talking.
But what I'm saying is, I always adapt to the guy that's quiet, to the guys that's quiet, to the people that stay in their own lane, because that's what I'm used to being around. People that stay in their own lane. Like I have